Hello, my name is Josh, and thank you for joining me today on today's webinar. Today, we're going to do a little something a little different. Normally speaking, I just take a few minutes of your time and discuss some new and exciting features moving forward. But as we have passed from 2021 into 2022, I thought it would be best to sort of go over a 2021 a year in review, um, and then also as literally as I was making this video, something new appeared, so I wanted to cover it as well. There's an unpublished change in Google Vault that I wanted to make sure that folks got to see. So we will get started with 2021. Today's agenda, as I mentioned, the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to quickly go over a few things in 2021, and then we're going to finish up with a short paragraph on this unpublished update that we just recently discovered. Everything that you're about to see comes from the release calendar. Here we can see the URL. All the URLs that you're about to see are going to be included in an email to you. They should be located really close to the email or to the URL that you clicked to get to this presentation. So somewhere close by what you click to get here, there should be additional URLs that will take you to additional information that you're about to see. One very key piece of information that I check on a regular basis is the Google Workspace release calendar. Here we can see its URL. The view I have changed. You could go week by week or month by month. I switched it to the agenda view, and then I just scrolled back in time, found January 1st, and then I pulled tidbits of information out. This is a very handy thing to keep track of. Um, at the very end of this presentation, I'll list a few services that we offer, and one of the items that we watch out for is something called stale settings, meaning Google's released something and it hasn't been touched, so it's essentially stale. Stale settings are items that haven't been touched, probably haven't been turned on, and are things that you may want to turn them on because they're beneficial for your ecosystem. So here's just a few, like, this slide and the following slide are just where I've basically pulled some interesting tidbits of information. There's no rhyme or reason here. On March 15th, new DLP rules came out. On April 8th, Google uh, made some changes to API access and what was printed off in that particular area. Um, that the API settings area is a little bit hairy sometimes. It'll tell you a lot of information, but it doesn't tell you like who's using the particular third-party tool. You have to kind of combine that information with the token information to figure that out. But here we can see that back in April, Google made some changes. In May, the new Google Vault interface took over. In July, the API Center was enhanced. We'll go to skip way ahead to November 4th. Context-aware access to Google Workspace, the admin console, became configurable. That's a pretty cool tool. That one would be more for our enterprise clients and not on the business SKUs, but it's a very interesting tool. So just to recap, please visit there's two things. Sign up for the update blog, which we've covered in the past in these videos, and then also make sure to go to this calendar and check this calendar on a regular basis. This is where you're going to find all your updates for Google, or most of them. And the reason I say the word most is because we have recently discovered a change that Google has not released to the public. We discovered this the hard way. This was discovered because some clients had turned in some tickets when they're trying to delete users, and they couldn't delete the user. And we discovered that what had happened is finally Google has made it impossible to delete a user if there's a hold in place. So in the past, there was no connectivity between the admin console in Google Vault. So if you had a legal hold, you could still delete the user even though there was a hold on that data, and that could create some legal issues. Google has recently changed that. We're not sure of what day that happened, sometime within the last week or two. Also, there's no public facing data, at least as of yet. Um, and the information that we do know only came from our interactions with Google support. So let's cover this rule in depth. So Google rolled out a new rule, as it's not public yet. This new feature was created to avoid the deletion of users who have data in Vault, and a hold rule has been set. And the reason they did this is to avoid any legal issues that a user deletion may cause. If you want to delete the user, you first have to delete the hold. And there's a URL here for some instructions. Basically, though, what you do is you go into Vault, you follow the steps that are listed at the end of this page. It will print off for you or show you if there are any legal holds in Google Vault. It will show you uh, where they are and who they're affecting. So if you do run into an issue with deleting a user, you now have to check Google Vault to make sure that there are no holds. Now, it's my understanding that nothing in the admin console tells you that. So what'll happen is you'll delete a user and it's just going to error out. It's just going to give you a generic error that says the user couldn't be deleted. So you just have to know as of right now to go check Vault to make sure there are no holds in place. But again, we have all this documented on our side. If you were to open up a ticket with us, we immediately would send you these instructions so that you could go check to see if there's any legal holds, and we would get through it. But I wanted to release this information to you to let you know that Google did make a change, and they just haven't been very forthcoming with that change. And then earlier I mentioned that I would end the slideshow with just some of our offerings. Um, please keep in mind that if you run into any issues in your admin console, to reach out to support at collaboration support at pythian.com. If you have any questions or if there's anything that we could do to help you, we do have some offerings. We offer security reviews and workshops, and that's just some uh, some basic things that we would go through is just to uh, check your environment for your security settings. The security workshop has something like 300 settings that we check all manually to make sure that um, Google's recommendations and then our recommendations are being followed. We also do, here again, um, keep in mind that we watch out for stale or untouched settings. Anything new we would go over for you. We offer a license review where we could help you verify that your licenses are being utilized in a manner that's most beneficial for you. A penny saved is a penny earned. And then we also offer quite a few change management offerings. We have intros and advanced courses on all the core Google services, new hire trainings, train the trainers, etc. and etc. So yeah, thank you very much for taking the time and following along with me in this video. If you have any questions about this video, questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to collaboration training at pythian.com. Again, if you have any support questions, reach out to collaboration support at pythian.com. Thank you very much. Take care.